Hey guys, it's Kelly in the garden, and I have a few projects that I want to get to. I'm really excited about. Yeah, I found another log, another hollowed out log, and so I'm going to get that all planted up today. But first I have some things I need to do to prepare for that because the log is hollow on the bottom as well as in the middle of the log. So I need to take some hardware cloth and place it down underneath the log and get a base there. That way, if there should be any gophers that come around because I've forgotten to put the gopher scram out, then that plant that I put in there is going to be safe from those. Usually use hardware cloth for gopher protection underneath raised beds. It tends to last quite a long time, but I'm out of it right now and I'm not going to run to the store for that. I've got chicken wire I can use. What I'll do is just double it up and put it underneath there as a screen to protect any plants that I do plant in that log. The roots will go in, but the gophers can't get all of the roots. If they try, then we're protected there a little bit. So I think we'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and bend this roll of chicken wire around the table like this, and to get my wire cutters and just start cutting a piece of this out. This is about measured out the width of the log, and I'm going to fold it again so that it's double protected, double layer of the chicken wire underneath there. Plants that I'm putting in there are going to have a good base of soil too, so they'll have about this much room for the roots. So any plants that grow roots through the screen should be fine. I'm not too worried about it. So find my line to cut. You cut the chicken wire or hardware cloth, just make sure you're wearing gloves because it is very sharp after you cut it. And I've learned from experience, very easy to cut yourself and cut yourself good. So be careful when working with chicken wire. Any kind of wire like this, when you cut it, is going to be sharp. So always wear gloves. Beautiful time in the morning. It's one of those early times in the morning when the sun is just starting to come out over the eucalyptus grove. And so I'm getting dappled light in the garden, which is really a pretty time. It's my favorite time in the garden is the mornings. But it won't be long before the sun is fully overhead and no more shade at all. It's hard to work in the sun when I just don't like it. I'd rather work in the cool morning hours or later, especially in the summertime. You have those times when the sun starts to go down and you can get some work done out in the garden as well. And you're not in the full sun, so. So I've got that all cut out now. And what I'll simply do is just fold this in half before I lay it down underneath the log. So we've got double the protection there. So here we go. Let's get that chicken wire put underneath the log. And I'll show you that it covers the whole bottom. Let's take a look at that. So the screen's put under the log now, and that's done. Let's go ahead and get some really good soil put in there. A fern. I love ferns. So great. It looks really healthy. And then I can add some trailing succulents and some more soil. And so put that in there. And I want to put a layer of soil behind it. The tricky part is just going to make sure that that soil gets all around the roots of that fern. So I'm going to stuff this really good and I'll get back to you. I've got the fern in, the soil packed in really well, and now I am just going to take some succulent cuttings and place them in. around the base of this to give it a little bit of contrasting color and interest. And just a few different types. And I really think this is going to look good when the succulents start growing and fleshing out more. There you go. Got another log all planted up, and I can't wait for this fern and the succulents to grow and to give it a lot of character in the garden. It's going to be fun. Let's get out there, take some cuttings of geraniums and put those underneath the oak trees in the back. These are some really hardy geraniums that I'm going to go ahead and get cuttings on and take them down the hill and get those planted and started underneath the oak trees back there. So I cut off any of the blooms on any of the cuttings I'm taking, and the lower leaves gotta go, and any of the new growth at the top. It can focus on putting energy into developing roots instead of, putting out new growth and flowers right now. So we'll go ahead and get that put in. And there's one. And so I'm just going to take several cuttings of this geranium. So I had to go grab a hat because now in California, at least, it's tick season. So you want to protect yourself. Anytime you're under any brush, any trees like this, you just really want to make sure that you're wearing a hat, and so those ticks can't get to you. Have the cuttings here, and I know that the geraniums do well in this light, so I'm not worried about that. I've already planted a few along the back fence there, and they're doing fine. This one I planted a couple of months ago. I got this one from Iron Pony Nursery, doing great. And so I know they're going to do just fine here under the trees. So all you need to do is just stick it right in. This soil underneath these trees is really lush, really beautiful soil. So no extra soil needed for these geraniums. I'm just going to stick them in there really good, really deep, so that a lot of those nodules there can grow roots from here. So we'll just put these in different places. And soon we'll have lots and lots of geraniums growing underneath here. That's the idea. So I'd rather have lots of plants in here underneath the tree and make it really lush and pretty. And these geraniums never get watered, so FYI, they're doing fine and they like it. They like it here. And this is the sticky weed. I hate the sticky weed. Do you get it? Ugh. Do a little bit of weeding while I'm here. This is nightshade. Nasty stuff. Never handle that without gloves on. So that's how easy it is to plant geranium cuttings in soil. Cut them off, couple nodules into the soil, and those will grow roots and they'll establish as firm plants in your garden, and you're going to love it. So I hope that was helpful for you. Got out here, got a little bit done today in the garden, and I feel really good and refreshed. And got to be careful because I came across a snake in the garden, in the main garden, and I've been tiptoeing around that area in the garden ever since. That was last week, and it's snake season, so watch out for the snakes. It was a garden snake, so it's fine, not poisonous, but you still don't want to get bit by one. Just watch yourself when you're working out in the garden in the warm summer months, because you never know what you're going to come across.